Hey guys, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to show you one by one all of these effect pedals here. Then I'm also going to show you all the drive pedals in front of me and overdrive pedals that you can't see. We'll listen to those. Now, some of these pedals are quite expensive and esoteric, and I want you to remember that my session career bought me these. They were the right tools for different jobs, and I was able to spend the money on them. There are less expensive alternatives to some of these. In particular, I'll show you, this is a Nashville favorite, this old M5. You can get great vibrato, great tremolo, some great delays out of this. And then the new version, you can get great lush reverbs also, but also great vibrato and warped vinyl, which is one of my favorites here. So consider a contractor trying to buy the best tools and then having a different job and having to buy some other best tools for that job. That's a session career. Okay, first let's look at the floor. There are two ground links. Don't bother searching for these because they're obsolete and you won't find them. Use something modern. For loop switching, they're connected to a GCX. I've been using the GCX and these for many, many years. So this one is individual pedals on the loops, and this one has some entire pedal boards on loops. In a few minutes, I'll show you those. Here we have the boomerang, and that's temporary right there. That is a good spot for temporary stuff. Might put the Tonex there, some UA pedal, something that's just there for a few minutes or a few days, and it's a good spot for that. These are the tools I use to adjust the truss rod and the action, always using those. Here is a camera for live streams, close-up camera for live streams, if you guys have seen it. Okay, there's my favorite tuner, the Peterson Strobe. And then this is the acoustic guitar mic, and all I have to do is pull it up to the acoustic guitar and turn it on, and I'm recording acoustic instantly. So all of these drive pedals comprise the first stage in my effects chain that goes straight into the amplifier. And they're all accessed on this first ground link, one at a time each. And I'll stack them. Sometimes I'll use 2 or 3 at a time. That makes great sounds too, because if you set your pedal to its sweet spot, it's better not to change that and just step on another pedal if you want more. But I'm going to show you the sounds from these in about 5 minutes, because first I want to move over here and show you the effects. Okay, now a new loop. Let's move over to ground link number 2, okay? And the top shelf is basically a pedal board on a loop using the hex. So activate it. Turn everything off and start with the tremolo. Add the vibrato, which is one of my favorite things in the world. Okay, add delay. This degenerates in a very good way. Okay, then this actually is very musical also. Beautiful sound. Then this is a reverb. And then this is another delay set to a 1/4 and an 1/8. I'm just trying to get it right. Not bad. Okay, now let's move to another pedal board. This one on shelf 2. And we'll start with the analog chorus. Providence Anadime Chorus. Very, very retro sounding. Here's one of my favorites, the Fairfield Circuitry Shallow Water. And this is so good at warped vinyl. Especially if I put delay on. Okay. This is a Maestro phase shifter, basically with no noise. Let me turn this guy off. Yeah. And it speeds up gradually when you hit the switches. And slows down. It's pretty cool. Okay, the sending delay, very low-fi, but very high quality. So if I turn up the color, check it out. And the filter is really good too. You can darken it. You can really darken it. And then this guy, it's one of my favorites. I don't know what it's doing. It's like an undulating reverb ghost that follows. Turn on the delay with it. Turn on the warped vinyl with that. And in a track, something like this can sound just magical. Now the Fairfield over here has a volume control. I think I have it a little high. You can push it. See that? So I want to clean it up just a little bit. That's always a great feature when a pedal has a gain control. Because you know, sometimes you step on a pedal and it's not loud enough. This solves that. I mean, that is such a cool tone. Chorus. Haha, go all the way, huh? Okay, too much. Got some distortion coming in. Here we go. I turn this guy down. See what happens. That'll work. But yeah, this is really some cool, unique stuff. Okay, these shelves pull out, and this is the Tone Master Pro. This is for a different video, but it's elevated so that I can easily program it, okay? And then I've got a couple of pedals in storage right here. Now we move to the bottom, the floor, and if I turn on this H9, get some nice delays, and then I turn on the whammy, get this nice octave. And it's very musical and fun to use the pedal. Right? With delays especially. Okay, now if I go up here and I go to the next H9, got this poly chorus, turn that on. And the great thing about having multiples of your favorite pedals is if you're in the heat of battle under pressure and the people you're working with love this preset, you don't have to mess with it. You can just go to the third one and go, okay, let's add something else. It's really a great thing for workflow. It may seem excessive, but it's not, to have extras of your favorite pedals, because I can go here, turn this guy on, let's hear it. Okay, now I can change it, and the first two presets stay the same, the ones we love. Ooh, I like that. So I went on the search, and I totally kept what was there originally. So it's great for workflow. Now I'm going to show you 7 of the drive pedals that sit in front of me. Most of these are on loops, so I can just hit them with my foot down here. Stacking overdrives is a good habit. Like I said, if you put your drives in a sweet spot, leave them there and just add an extra one to get more. Then some of these get changed out pretty regularly. It's always different. For this, I'm using a 2025 PRS Silver Sky SE. This is a pretty remarkable guitar. The neck shape is great. The action is great. Pickups sound great. It's come a long way, and you really couldn't ask for anything more in a Strat. And these sell for $849. Okay, so first in the chain, I have the King Tone Fuzz. And then, you know, the virtue of this is when you turn the guitar, the volume down to about 3, it's just a fat, clean tone. You guys know that. Now we move to the Woodshed compressor. I'm using it both as a compressor and a clean boost, driving the amp a little bit. Here it is off. And on. And off. And back on. Next, we have the Mach 3 by George Tripp's at Way Huge. We were going to make a couple of hundred of these, but I wasn't willing to run the corporate gauntlet that's necessary to make it happen. It's basically an MXR microamp with more gain. So here's the neck. And And how about the middle? And then the bridge. And some chords. Next is the Nobles ODR1, the vintage one. I've had it for a long time. The way I came about it basically was from Tom Bukovac's generosity. The story goes he had a big box of these that he bought super inexpensively, way back when. And he loved them so much, he just started giving them away to his friends. And I think he gave one to John Shanks. John Shanks gave one to me, and I started using it, and I've never stopped. It was early enough that I was able to buy a few more at low cost. So now they're pretty expensive. But I also want to show you an alternative. Right next to it is the Karma ODR10. Anyway, it's a clone. And the reason it's a clone is I gave Greg Droman a Karma. He's just one guy. I gave him for a year one of my vintage ODR1s. And he cloned it. And I think it's very good and very reliable. Now, Keeley has one too. I believe in these clones. I believe you can buy these things and come away with the same sound without spending the huge money. Okay, so here's the Nobles. And here's the Karma. Okay, now here's the Nobles. And here's the Karma. Next, I'm going to show you the John Shanks Vermaram ODS1. Now, John wasn't trying to clone the Nobles ODR1. He wanted to expand it and make his own pedal. And the thing I like about it is it starts really mild in the gain department, and the taper on the gain is so smooth as you turn it up. And then it has even more gain than the vintage Nobles. So here's guitar and amp only. Stepping on the Shanks pedal with the gain at 0. Okay, I'll put the gain at 5. Still sounds very warm and like an amp and not like a pedal, which is what we like. Gain all the way up. Let's see what happens. One of my favorite effects of all time, it just pulls at my heartstrings, is a Leslie. I've used lots of real Leslies. I've owned a real Leslie. But the convenience of these simulators is pretty hard to resist. This is an older one, a Neo Ventilator. I love it. It works great. But the way that I always use these is I'm constantly hitting the speed button. And that gives you the emotional hit as the effect ramps up and ramps down. And you can even be constant on it. Hey guys, a lot of the time YouTube will bring you my videos even though you're not subscribed. If you get the chance, click this subscribe button and ring the bell.